how's it going, baby? Hello. How's everybody doing today? Hey, sweetheart, how's it going? I'm doing really good. Um, I've got to go get that stupid test done again next week, but other than that, I'm fine. Well, I'm glad you're here, honey. This is round number 3 for me as far as that damn test is concerned. I'm just like seriously over it. I will be glad when this whole pandemic stuff clears out and we're figure out what the new normal is going to be. Because this right now that we're in, I don't think it's going to be the new normal. I think it's going to be, there's going to be a version of it, yeah. But I don't think this is going to be it. So. But yeah, get to go get my nose plugged again. So what did you need to know, baby? What's up? Have you guys gone out? Dylan. How's Dylan feeling about the connection between him and I? Lil, have you guys been out yet? On a date? Few dates? Because I got a feeling that, you know. Cups. How's Dylan feeling about the connection? How long have you guys known each other? Yeah. You're worried that you're going to get hurt again. You're worried because of a past relationship, aren't you? You do have feelings for him, but this past relationship, because you got hurt, you're worried big time. Okay. I don't see him. Usually when I see the Emperor, I think arrogance. I think, that they're gonna I think that they're extremely arrogant and they need to chill the hell out. Okay. That's not what I'm seeing with this Emperor. This guy really likes you by the looks of it. He wants a balanced relationship with you. So I don't think it's going to be a bad thing to get to know him. He's an Aries, okay. But with this Emperor, I feel protection. Oh. All he wants to do is protect you. I don't think he's going to let anybody hurt you. If it's within his power to sit there and stand up and defend you, he would do it. Hey sis, how's it going, baby? So no, I don't. But he does see. He's actually being patient with you. That's what I guess is a good way of saying it. Because he wants to work towards a balanced relationship with you. He doesn't want a bunch of bullshit. Like I said, when I see this Emperor card, usually ego stands out to me. But not this time, it's protection. Don't you have a one saved? Could have swore you had one saved. Yeah. He sees you as independent, strong woman, but he also knows that you've been hurt in the past. Honey, I'm going to tell you one day at a time. But let him know up front, hey, yeah, I want to see where this goes, but I want to take it slow. I don't want to rush into anything. I don't want to sit there and jump into bed together, or because you're going to wind up getting knocked up by this guy. I seriously think you're going to wind up getting knocked up by this guy. Anyways, that's beside the point. I'm hearing a boy, by the way. Anyways, that's beside the point. I'm getting off that subject. I don't think this guy is going to let anything happen to you. Yes, he could be, and most likely has arrogant tendencies. But I also see that he will stand by you and he will protect you at any given. He's a little on the dominant side, yes, but it's not in a way that is going to, you know, it's dominance in a good way. That's all I can say. It's dominance in a good way. But yeah, yeah, Five of Pentacles, Two of Wands, Knight of Cups, King of Pentacles. Yeah, honey, I'm gonna say to take it slow, but give the guy a chance. You know, if you see any red flags, cool. Red flags are good. You know, you guys are out on a date and you're having a great time, and the next thing you know, he does something and it hits a red flag. Handle it. Dude, that's a red flag to me. We need to talk about it. You're at home, chilling in front of the TV, you know, bullshitting. Red flag. Dude, red flag. We need to talk about it. I think this guy would be willing to talk to you about those things and work with you to get past them, whatever they are. But you need to, you know, talk to the guy. You know, explain what's going on. Yeah, I do miss you. Yes, I do want to get to know you. But I don't want to, yeah, take notes. Dude, definitely take notes. Take notes when you're with him too. Not just me, him. You know. You guys know, I always tell you, and I'm a firm believer in this, your feelings are valid. They are real. They are yours. We have our intuition for a reason. We have our red flags for a reason. Alright? But if you can't sit there, somebody that you're thinking about, yeah, here's the Ten of Pentacles. Again. Just in that little bit of flipping. If you can't discuss those feelings with the person you're with, the person you're contemplating making a life with, that's not a relationship, honey. That's a fuck buddy. You guys have to be able to sit down and have an honest... I told you. Hermit, Empress. If you can't sit down and have an honest conversation with somebody that you plan on having a relationship with, that you are seriously thinking about having a future with, if you can't sit down and honestly discuss your feelings with those person, him with you, that's not a relationship, that's a fuck buddy. And you might as well just keep it moving. You guys have got to remember, your feelings are real, your feelings are valid, they are yours. They're there for a reason. Past, present, future, they're there for a reason. You're welcome, sweetheart. Take your time. Get to know the guy. Make sure it's real. But I don't feel anything bad from him. I don't. In fact, he feels pretty damn good to me. Alright, sis. I could have swore you had one stacked up. What's going on? You got it. coming towards Cicely? What do you guys want her to know, Spirit? What does Spirit want Cicely to know today? Thank you. I'm believing when I tell you guys. Mainly because been there, done that type of thing. I remember when my kids were small, and I love my mother dearly. I would defend her with my last breath. But she looked at me one day and she told me that my feelings didn't matter, and that the only thing that mattered was the children. And at the time I took that to heart, but it hurt. It took me a long time to figure out that my feelings mattered, whether I had small children or not, because my feelings and how I looked at myself reflected on how I treated my children. So if anything, my feelings mattered a hell of a lot. Because when you're feeling down and when you're not feeling good and when you're doubting yourself and beating yourself up all the time, that affects your relationships with other people. It affects how you treat other people. It affects how you treat yourself. So you need to understand that those are real feelings and that they're valid and they're yours. And if you don't look at them, face them, and deal with them, how are you supposed to get past them? Shoving them down in a box in the bottom of your heart doesn't do jack shit. It's kind of like, okay, you know what a jack in the box is. You know, you wind it up, it pops up. You're with somebody and they keep winding you up, eventually those feelings that you shoved in the corner of your heart are going to pop up. What do? Shove them back down again? No. You need to deal with them, because when they're popped up, that's because there's a trigger. If there's a trigger, then there's something you haven't dealt with. If it doesn't get dealt with, it affects your life. You have to deal with what affects your life. And when those all come down to feelings. It's that simple. People tend to make it complicated, and it's really not all that complicated. All right. Whoa. Did I see one flipped over? No. Okay. Okay, well, side note, looks like your Virgo's going to try and contact you again, but you ain't having jack shit to do with it. Okay? What is coming towards Cicely? What does Spirit want her to know? It's kind of funny because you don't contact him and you don't have anything to do with him. He starts getting up in his freaking head. Ooh, now I got another you. Actually, honey, it looks to me... Let me get the rest of these out. The news. you. Took a week or two. Find somebody to fill up my shoes. Now I got nothing you. Hey honey, how's it going? That's great. Hope you're finding me something. Hope you find another love that's great. Honey, it looks to me like you're committing to yourself. Alright. It's like you're walking away from the past. You're working on you. You're choosing yourself over everything else. So they're telling to look at the past, look at all the secrets, and yeah. Whatever you're manifesting, it's going to be better for you, that's for sure. But they're saying to commit to you. Walk away from the past. Be careful on what you're manifesting into your life, though. When you manifest, make sure you're being precise. Alright, you're not just, throwing it up in the air and say, oh, no, be precise. Be precise in what you want. Present it to the universe and, but just be precise on what you want is what they're saying. What the hell? Dry skin is driving me nuts. So just be precise on what you want, okay? And right now they're saying to concentrate on you, to be committed to you. Walk away from your past. Yeah, be precise as possible. If you got to write it all down first, write it all down first. The way I do it, and when I'm manifesting, I have a tendency, I'll write it down. And then I will take it, write it down on a piece of paper, ask for what I want, and then I burn it. And I just give it to the universe. I'll go outside, and I'll light the paper on fire, and just give it to the universe. Let the wind have it. And then go about my business. So, but there's a lot of 5 of Cups, 10 of Swords, 3 of Swords, 4 of Swords, because being up in your head about this past, and they're saying that you need to commit to yourself and deal with your past. You know how I feel about this. I just got done saying it. Your feelings are real. They're valid. They're yours. And don't bury them. Because when you bury them, they're just going to pop right back up again. Because somebody's going to wind you up. Just like that Jack in the Box. And like we're us Sages. We will bury it so far deep that we don't think we ever have to deal with it again. And then somebody will wind us up. That shit will pop up. And the next thing you know, we're bringing the roof down. Yeah, learned that one the hard way. It's like, yeah, I better deal with that shit before I sit there and don't have any plates in my house to eat off of. Styrofoam, it's alright for, certain occasions. But I kind of like a glass plate every now and then. And till I learned how to deal with my feelings, I wasn't having them very long. So, but yes, it's telling you to sit there and concentrate on you. Be committed to you. Be committed to what you want. Be precise on what you want. That's why I say, when I do it, when I manifest, I write it all down on a piece of paper, do my manifestation, and then I take it outside and I burn it. And I just give it to the universe. Universe is going to bring me what I need one way or the other. They always do. Just trust in it. I mean, look, it brought you 3 separate jobs. So, you know, they give us what if it's, you know, it's sad but true sometimes. God doesn't always come when we want, but he comes on time every time. All right, sweetie. Okay. What else, babe? Well, like I said, write it down, give it to the universe, and then commit to you. Commit to you. You write it down. Okay, let's come in. You got it, honey. Write it down. Commit to you. In other words, write it down, walk away, and forget it. Okay, don't entertain it. Just write it down, commit it, walk away from it, and concentrate on what you need and what you know, concentrate on you. Commit to you. The only loving commitment you have right now that you need to concentrate on is you. Let the rest come when it comes, because God may not come on our time, but he's always on time. It's one thing. If nothing else, remember that. Alright, what is coming towards you in February? Alright, Lil. What's coming to Lil in February? God, Archangel, Spirit Guides, and Ancestors. Tell me, show me what I want to see. Speak through me. Yeah, I was just told he has his own timeline. Ain't that the freaking truth? Ugh. It's time for you to listen to your intuition, honey, for one. Alright, yeah, it's coming in February for love, please. Okay, you need to be honest, honey, and truthful. Yeah, it's telling me the same thing. High Priestess, 2 of Pentacles, 4 of Pentacles. So you need to find balance. You're holding back. You're not listening to your intuition. You need to start listening to your intuition, for one. 4 of Cups, Moon, Ace of Pentacles. Something's happening on the full moon by the looks of it too, by the way. Anyways, you need to take it slow. Alright? Listen to your intuition. it's almost like you're cutting off your own stability. Do you know what I mean? Uh, Sometimes we can be financially stable and not emotionally stable. And a lot of that can have to do with us cutting off our own emotional stability. We're so focused on the past, on what hurt us, and trying to make sure it doesn't happen again, that we can actually cut off our own stability. Thinking that that's, what we got to do. This is saying to go at it, take your time. Don't jump in. Keep your eyes open. Watch out for flags or whatever. But be honest. Stand in that Queen of Swords energy. Take it one day at a time, I guess is a good way of saying it. You need to take it one day at a time. Alright? Grounded, 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 grounded. What's going on? Sorry. Thinking. You might try holding on to some crystals to absorb any negative energy. Protection crystals, positivity crystals. I'm looking at these right here. Here, this is a bigger one. Doesn't have to be this big, mind you. This is just the type of crystal, okay? You see it? The crystal. These are the same thing, only on a smaller scale. And these are actually pocket size. Start carrying them around with you. Whenever you feel anxious or whatever, grab them. Close your eyes and take some breaths and meditate for a few seconds or whatever. To bring your, because I'm hearing anxiety levels. To bring your anxiety levels down. Like this one right here. Sometimes I'll grab a few and I'll hold on to it and I'll just close my eyes and breathe and just kind of, take a few minutes to bring my anxiety down. And I will let whoever I'm around know. Just back off for a few minutes. Let me get myself under control again. And we'll go from there. But, I don't know, for some reason that doesn't feel right to me. So I'm going to have to say these ones right here. these little clear quartz crystals, one that's hand size or whatever. It's something about helping you with your anxiety. Yeah, this is definitely working through murky thoughts. Yeah. Well, that's kind of why I say, if you think at it, yeah, murky thoughts. So, yeah, the things are definitely popping up and triggering crap. But like I said, when we don't deal with something and we just kind of shove it in a box and bury it down in the bottom of our heart, somebody will come along and they'll start winding you up, and it's like that Jack in the Box. That Jack in the Box, you know how you used to wind up the Jack in the Box? And it would pop up on, surprise you when it pops up, because it's like almost like you didn't know where it was going, how long you were gonna take, you didn't know how long it was gonna take you winding that Jack in the Box for that Jack in the Box to pop up. So every single time it popped up, it was a surprise. Imagine your feelings, you have them all boxed up and buried deep because you don't want to deal with them. And somebody comes along and winds it up, and it pops up, and here's this evil Jack in the Box that you never wanted to see again because you didn't want to deal with it. Well, what you need to do is take that evil Jack in the Box and turn it into a good Jack in the Box. And the only way to do that is to deal with what's causing the issues. That's why I say our feelings are real, they're valid, they're ours. I hate it. Literally pisses me off to no end. Yeah. And honey, the thing about running away and take it from it's okay. I was labeled a chronic runaway, okay, when I was growing up. I actually spent time in a juvenile detention center because I would run away from home. And it doesn't matter if it was a physical running away or if it's a mental running away. The bottom line is you can't run away from anything. If you're running away from something that's physical, it still causes emotional backlash. It still causes an emotional feeling. So it's like you're in an abusive home. So you run away from home to get away from the abuse. Well, fine, you got away from the abuse, but have you dealt with the mental stuff that abuse caused? Do you see what I'm saying? So yeah, you got out of the abusive situation, but now you have to deal with the PTSD, because if you bury that PTSD, when somebody comes along and triggers you, and because you will get triggered. Doesn't matter if it's 2 months down the line, 2 years down the line, or 20 years down the line. Something is going to come along and trigger that. And when it does, it's going to sit there and bring all that crap back up. That Jack in the Box is going to come right up and bite you in the ass. So you have to deal with the emotional baggage. Because It doesn't matter if it's a physical or a mental. If you're running away, and you're not dealing with the problem. And if you're not dealing with the problem, you're not solving the problem. And it's going to follow you wherever you go. So, that's the way it is. So, yeah, you can't run away from your shadow self, honey. You have to stop, turn around, and face it. You have to face that shadow side of yours and show the shadow side that your light's even stronger than its darkness. So, it's kind of like when I say that learning to love yourself, and I got a feeling that this is a lot what's going on with you. Learning to love yourself, learning to respect yourself, have boundaries, is one of the hardest things you will ever do in your fucking life. Because we as women, we are taught from a young age to adulthood that putting other people before ourselves is the way to go. When the truth of the matter is, you have to, it's kind of like when they say you got to put the oxygen mask on yourself before you help anybody else when you're going down on a plane. Yeah, you do. That 2 seconds can be the difference between life and death. I mean, there's 4 seconds in you got 4 seconds to put that oxygen mask on yourself and your child. Take the 2 seconds to put your mask on, then put the mask on your kid. Because the bottom line is if you put that mask on your kid first and you don't put it on yourself, what happens if in that time you're your kid's only parent and now that kid is facing a lifetime without you? So, I mean, there's so many scenarios, but the bottom line is you've got to put yourself first. Because if you don't, how are you supposed to... If you're falling apart inside, how in the hell are you supposed to take care of anybody else if you can't even take care of your damn self? And trust me, that was a freaking hard-ass lesson for me to learn. That's why I say learning to love, respect, and yourself is one of the hardest lessons you will ever learn in your entire fucking life. It's the most worthwhile lesson, yes. But it's the hardest. Because a lot of times when people come at you and they're saying, oh, you're being selfish. Oh, you're doing this. Oh, you're doing that. No, motherfucker, I'm not. Why? I'm being selfish because I'm not going to let you disrespect me? I'm being selfish because I'm not letting you walk all over me? I'm being selfish because I want you to respect me and respect my boundaries? That's not a person you want in your life. You want somebody that's going to stand up and say, yeah, I respect you. I see your boundaries. I respect your boundaries. I trust your boundaries. You want somebody that's going to see your self-worth and your self-love as something that is worth having in their lives. Because when you love yourself, when you respect yourself, that shows. That confidence shows. Not only inward, but outward. And when you're confident in yourself, when you're confident in believing that, in knowing that you can walk through this life on your own, that you don't need anybody, that confidence shows through, and then that person sees the worth in you. But you have to value yourself first. You have to put yourself first at times. That's it. It's kind of like I said, when somebody will come to me and they'll say, oh, I need this person. No, you don't need them. You want them. You love them. You don't need them. You need water. You need food to survive. Those two things you have to have. You have to have hydration. You have to have food in your stomach. Those are necessities. You need those to live. You need those to survive, because without them, you die. You're going to be laying out in the middle of a field somewhere dead because you don't have food and water. So those are needy. Those are necessities. You want that person in your life. You want that love. You want that respect. You want that trust. You want all those things. You don't need those things from somebody else. You need them in yourself, yes. You need to have self-love. You need to have self-respect. You need to have boundaries. Those are the things you need in your life. Just like you need your food and water and your air. You need those things in your life for you. And the only one that can give you those things is you. You may want them from other people. Yes, we do. We all do. It's human. But how? My question is, how is the other person going to give you what you need or what you want when you're not even giving it to yourself? How are they supposed to respect you, unconditionally love you, trust you, any of that, if you're not giving yourself that same stuff? It starts with you. So, don't run from your shadow, baby. Turn around, face it. Be bigger than your shadow. So, love yourself. Respect yourself. Have confidence in yourself. That's all stuff that goes, it starts inside, but it radiates out. I don't care if you're 100 pounds. I don't care if you're 90 pounds. I don't care if you're 300 pounds. I don't care if you're 600 pounds. It radiates out. And if you notice, how many times have you sat there and looked at a couple and said, how in the fuck can those two be together? She can be 300 pounds, dressing like a hoochie, and she's got this great looking guy right next to her, because of the confidence she has in herself, because of the self-respect and self-love she has in herself. That's how she sits there. That's how she got that man. Because she stood up and she said, no, you're not running over me. You will respect me. You want me to treat you like a king? Motherfucker, you're going to treat me like a queen. Because if you don't treat me like a queen, I'm not treating you like a king, number one. And number two, I will take my crown and beat you with it for disrespecting me. I will be right back. Alright, sorry. It's a lot of times why I sit there and say, the exes I have could not handle me now. They couldn't deal with me even on a good day, let alone a bad day, most times. I have yet to find one that can deal with me now. Because the girl that they dealt with before is not the woman that stands in front of them now. Because that little girl, she let them walk all over her. She let them disrespect her. She let them do whatever and get away with it. Because she was so running. I was running after these people for their love and doing whatever for their love that I was not respecting or loving myself. I was dependent on what they did to give me what I thought would... I was so busy trying to get their love, but I wasn't loving myself. I wasn't respecting myself. I wasn't doing what I needed. So I had no boundaries. I had no nothing. I just let them walk all over me. I let them do whatever they want. Now, it's like, no. The things that I put up with then are things I will never put up with ever again. You're not lying to me. You're not going to cheat on me. You're not going to disrespect me. You're not going to sit there and breadcrumb me or lead me around by the nose. It's not happening no more. Because I know my self-worth. I know what I'm worth. I run a household. I raise kids on my own. I am a strong, independent woman. And I let these guys beat me down. I'm never doing that ever again. The problem was, I only learned that lesson at 55 years old. Half my fucking life is over before I learned that lesson. Never again. Second half of my life is going to be a hell of a lot fucking different than the first half was. And I dare any man to come at me with disrespect. Because I literally will take my crown off and beat them with it. And the one thing I did realize is a lot of these guys, they're scared of us. Okay? They're literally scared of us. Because they're not men. They're little boys playing at being men. That's why 9 times out of 10, no, when you find a real man stands up. They will do what they got to do to make you happy. They will show you. Not only tell you, but show you. They will put themselves out there. So they don't even tell you, they show you. No. Anybody that's breadcrumbing you, that's telling you how, no. That's not a man. That is a little boy in a man's body. So, yeah, that's why I said, you don't have to fall in love fast. You don't have to go jump into it. That's why I say, take your time, feel it out. You find a red flag, you talk about it. You find another, you talk about it. Because what may be happening is you're seeing these red flags and this guy has no fucking clue. If they have no clue, then what? You're going to drop them and they didn't have a fucking clue? They didn't do anything wrong? No. You talk about the red flags. You get those red flags out there. You talk about them. You move on. If they continue to do it, that obviously they don't care and you need to walk with hell away. But if they choose to fix what is wrong, then, at least, you're dealing with a man. So, but, I don't know. There's my rant and rave for the day. Alright. So, if he's a real man, if he's a man of worth, like I think he is, he's going to be willing to work with you on this stuff. And he will adjust himself accordingly. So, and if he's not, then he's not the man for you. So, well, I'm here for you, honey. I just feel like sometimes I even feel like I'm a broken record. But I just believe in it so much that I just... Oh, guard. It's kind of like with my ex. I mean, I swear to God, I think men... Half the time, men go after... And I shouldn't say... Let me rephrase that. Narcissists, wife beaters... They will go after a woman that is... They will go after a strong woman, but... It's a woman that doesn't have a lot of confidence in themselves. They're easier to manipulate. And the thing about it is we are all strong. And they will beat you down and beat you down and beat you down. And I remember Dale's was the verbal abuse. First it was the verbal abuse. Nobody's going to want you. Nobody's going to love you. Nobody's going to treat you as good as I treat you. And when the verbal abuse stopped working, then came the ass whoopings. And my face was his favorite punching bag. And when I finally got the courage to stand up and walk away, because I had to make that decision, because I had 2 girls and a boy, and it came down to the fact of, do I really want my daughters thinking that getting their ass beat was okay, and did I want my son thinking beating a woman's ass was okay? And the answer to those questions were no. And so I finally got the courage to turn around and leave. Well, then he went to try and get me back, and then the verbal abuse, and that wouldn't work. And then he couldn't beat me anymore because I wasn't with him anymore. And then when I got with Tina's dad, and he realized that I was done, he used the excuse of coming in to talk about the kids, and when I let him in, because he knew my kids were in my heart. And I wanted their father in their life. That was the only reason he wasn't in jail, was because I didn't want my kids to think their dad was a jailbird. Should have put his ass in jail, but I didn't. I was, Next thing I know, I got a knife up to my throat and I'm being raped. And after that, I was like, oh, no, don't. I got him out of my house that night and I never looked back. And I just told him, don't ever come to my house again. I'll drop my kids off at your mother's house, whatever, but don't you ever come to my house again. He said, I will take you to court. I said, motherfucker, take me. Go ahead. Let's go. I will meet you in front of the courthouse doors. Let's go. Because you done pushed me past my motherfucking limit. I'm done. Take me to court. Because the bottom line is until your drunk, high ass gets the fuck up out of your own damn ass, I don't want you around me or my kids. Because I'm not having my kids learning that. No. My kids ain't being raised like that. No. Never took me to court. Because he knew I'd win. He knew he'd lose. But it was just the point of I had to finally stand up and say, I'm done. I'm not dealing with it. I'm done. Because narcissists and people like that, they will do whatever they can to keep you under their thumb. And Dale did. He tried everything. He even tried telling me he was going to take my kids. And when he sat there and did that, that was the last fucking straw. I looked at him. I did. I said, take me. Let's go. I'll even pay for it. Let's go. He didn't want nothing to do with that. Because I finally put my foot down and I said, if you cannot come into my home or come to my home to pick up our children without being drunk or high, I don't want you around my kids. If I can't trust you with my children, I don't want you around my kids. So, yeah, pretty much that's what it is. Empty threats. That's all they are, is empty threats. Or empty promises, too. You know, that's the thing. They're empty threats and empty promises. Because a narcissist has no intent of doing anything that does not suit them. We put these big words or whatever on these people, and the bottom line is they don't do anything that doesn't suit them or suit their purpose. And that's the way it is. Because these people don't understand. I remember, Dale called me a while back. I was still working with Casey's at the time. And I was out delivering pizzas that day, and he called me. He wanted a way back in. I know he did. And I think that's because I just found out not too long ago that his current girlfriend, the one he left me for, or whatever, the one he cheated on me with, he was screwing her while he was still with me. has just found out she has stage 4 cancer. Anyways, I said, well, good luck to him and his wife, girlfriend, whatever in the hell you call her. But he called me wanting sympathy. And I'm like, why are you calling me? What do you want? I haven't talked to you in over almost 30 years, dude. What the fuck do you want with me now? And then he wanted me to talk to our kids because our kids weren't getting along, or something to the effect of our kids not getting along with his other kids. And I'm like, what? Why are you coming to me about this? My kids are in their 30s now, dude. Why are you coming to me with this crap? And I said, okay, whatever. I'll go ahead and talk to him. And I'll, FYI, I forgive you. Because I found out I had to forgive him in order to move forward. Because I had to let go of all this crap. A lot of the stuff I had to get over was dealing with him and his narcissistic ways. And I had to learn to forgive him in order to forgive myself. Because a lot of times what we don't realize is when we're hanging on to the crap they did, we're also hanging on to the fact that we put up with that crap. And we beat ourselves up for not seeing it for what it was. So you got to forgive them and forgive yourself. And that's not for their benefit. That forgiving them is actually for your benefit. It's not for theirs. As long as you're hanging on to that, you're hanging on to a bunch of crap. You're hanging on to bad energy. You need to let it go. In order to let it go, you have to forgive. And you got to remember, just because you forgive somebody doesn't mean you condone their actions. You're moving past it. And he's like, what do you mean? The guy is still 30 years old and fucking clueless, obviously. I don't like, you're serious. Are you? I just looked, I'm on the phone, I'm like, dude, are you fucking serious right now? Yeah, he was. I said, you beat me, you raped me. I said, you verbally and physically abused me and you raped me. I don't know, Dale. I mean, are you that much of a fucking idiot? Seriously, dude, are you that much of a fucking idiot? Because I'm like, and to this day, you're telling me you don't see anything wrong with that. And the thing was, he didn't. But you know what? That's okay. Because that's his problem, not mine. My problem was hanging on to it and not moving past it. So I said my thing, I said my piece, and then at the very end of the conversation I said, don't ever fucking call me again. I may forgive you. I may move past it. But I never want to talk to you again. I'm done. Forgive, you're done. You turn around, you walk away. Because that forgiveness is not for them. That forgiveness is for you. Because you sit there and think about it. How many times have you beat yourself up because of what that person did? You're hanging on to that stuff they did in the past. And you're beating yourself up for what they did. How are you supposed to forgive yourself for what you went through and not forgive the person for what they... Because sometimes they just don't realize what the fuck they did. That's all there is to it. And I know that sounds strange, I guess is a good way of putting it. Sounds strange sometimes, but, and I may not be saying it right, but I can't tell you how many times I beat myself up with the, how could I do it? How could I put up with it so long? What the fuck was wrong with me that this person did this to me? How? And I had to finally realize that I didn't do anything wrong. The only thing I did wrong, and I don't even consider that wrong because I have 2 beautiful children out of it, is I loved him. And I tried to show him. I put up with a lot of crap because I loved him. The problem was I didn't love myself. I didn't respect myself. I didn't have those boundaries. And that is why he was able to get in and do what he did. It's that simple. But then I also had to learn that if I didn't forgive him and let it go, because when you don't forgive, you don't let go. When you don't let go, you keep beating yourself up. You have to let it go. You have to forgive. That does not mean you condone what they did. Because I will never condone what that man did. But I had to learn to forgive and let go. So I could move forward. So I could have a healthy life. So I could be healthy mentally, physically, and all of the above. Come on. So, anyways, I was trying to think. Oh, hello. Yeah, there's no calendar there. That does not help me. So, anyways, the life and times of a pain in the ass. But I found I have a voice. And I have a talent. And if I can just help a few people get to where they want to be in their life, then I'm doing good. So, oh well, it took a long time for me to sit there and stand up and say, hey, this is me and this is what I've been through. And put myself out there. Because 3 years ago, honey, you wouldn't have caught me on a YouTube channel. 3 years ago, you wouldn't have seen me stand up on a stage and do a comedy routine. Or put myself out there. It wouldn't have happened. At least not putting myself out there in the way that was responsible. Let me rephrase that. Now, I have my YouTube channel. I have actually got up on stage and did a comedy routine from my ass, let me tell you that one, because I did not get up there planned. Hey, little Virgo, how's it going? That comedy skit was not planned whatsoever freaking ever. It was just a spur of the moment, okay, let's go, let's do it! But I've learned to take pride in who I am and what I've accomplished. And I'm proud of myself and how far I've come. It's just the way it is. And if somebody can't handle me or handle my pride, then, you know, there's the door right there. Don't let it hit you in the ass where the good Lord split you. You know, that's simple. Haha. Yeah, I decided to come on a little early today. So I might go back on later, but I wanted to come on for a little bit. Something drew me, and now I know what it was. So, honey, just be proud. All right? And if you need me, you know, you can always email me or text me. My phone number is down below, as well as my email address. And I do private reads. So, but, you know, give yourself time to heal. We all need time to heal. It doesn't happen overnight. Sometimes it takes weeks, sometimes it takes months, sometimes it takes years. But give yourself time to heal. So, alright? And if you need to, you can always come back and look at these. I leave them all up. I don't take my readings down. So, you can always come back and listen to it over and over and over again. I'm making egg salad sandwiches for dinner tonight. I do not feel like cooking. Ugh. It's not crazy, that's spirit. If spirit directs me to go live, I go live. Alright, babe. How you doing with your cards, hon? Are you enjoying them? I must have slipped in my arm wrong. That bugger hurts, boy. I tell you what. That muscle in my arm hurts like hell. Oh, you're welcome. Shadowscape's going to be the next one I give away. Like I said, spirit. So what's up, sweetheart? What do you need? Yeah, I'm gonna get the box set, and these ones are the ones I'm gonna give away the next time coming up. The Shadowscape. I think those are such beautifully made cards. And they actually are they make some really great stock. Okay, what is Mars Cancer's intentions towards you? Cancer's intentions towards little Virgo, please. Intentions towards little Virgo. Chariot. Mm-hmm. This guy hurt you really bad, didn't he? It's like you had to walk away because of secrets. He's not telling you everything still. I don't feel he's cheating. He may want a new start. By the looks of it, he probably wants a new start. But I don't think he's being completely honest with you either. Do I feel like he's going to put you in a third party? No, I don't. Or at least not right now. All right. But everything in here is telling me that it's like you had to walk away because he kept hurting you. He put you through hell. And now he wants to come back and start over again. But I'm going to have to say he's not coming completely. I mean, he wants a fresh start. Okay. Let's go there. He wants a fresh start. He wants to start over. But he's not. Hang on, Star. I'll be there in a minute. It's one of those, okay, can we start over again? But yet he doesn't want to talk about what happened in the past. It's like, okay, you want to start over again, but you don't want to talk about what happened in the past. I mean, I'm sorry, but dude, seriously. You know, it just, that's just a pet peeve of mine. I'm sorry. The thing about it is if you want to start over with somebody, if you want to get back into a relationship with this person, those past hurts have to be talked about. They have to be worked through. Because how are you supposed to trust this person? How are you supposed to put your trust and love and respect back into a person if they're not going to be honest with you? Well, I want to start over again. Okay, cool. You want to start over again. Let's talk about why we didn't work out in the first place. No, I don't want to go there. I don't want to go there. I don't want to deal with that. That's past. That's past. That's past. Yes, honey, it's past. And I don't want to beat you over the head with it. But the stuff has to be discussed and worked through in order for us to move forward into a healthy, committed connection. It's that simple. So, yeah, he wants to come back together. He wants to start over again. He wants to be committed, but he's not being honest about the past. And I would be like, okay, if you want this connection, if you want to move forward in this, here is what we're going to do. We're going to talk this shit out. We're going to deal with our past so that we can look forward to a healthy, committed future. Because I, for one, am not going to live with the rest of my life with all these doubts and crap in the back of my head because you're not willing to talk to me about them. You're not willing to be honest with me about them. But yeah, how he feels about you, because I'm not, the only cups I got out here is the 9 of Cups, so he does see you as a wish fulfillment. But everything else out here is air, earth, and fire. There are no other cups out here. So he cares about you, yeah. I'm not seeing, where he loves you. I'm seeing that he cares, yeah, but not where he loves you. Hang on a second here, honey. Honey, I'm online. Yeah. Okay. Bye-bye. So, I would just let him know up front that if you want to work on this connection, if you want to be together with me, this is what we're going to do. If you can't handle it, let me know now so I can just turn around and walk away and be done. Because you're not breadcrumbing me, you're not lying to me, you're not doing any of that crap. You want this relationship, you're going to work with me to that end. So. But, yeah, that's what I'm seeing, honey. I told you. So, anyways, hang on a second, sweetheart. You must have donated in PayPal, right? Who will love me? Who will All right, sweetheart. You're welcome. Thank you, baby. Thank all of you guys. Thank you for the donations. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, Liz. Gotcha. Why is the only time I get a PayPal notification on my phone for PayPal is from you? All right, baby girl. What's your question? Little Virgo, don't forget, I still know I owe you a lesson or two. I still owe you a tarot card lesson. I haven't forgot. Because you loved. You got it. No worries, honey. I'm just letting you know that I haven't forgotten. That was all. Just letting you know I hadn't forgot about you. What's coming in love for Liz? Commitment. Could be an earth sign. Something about commitment. Well, that's strange. Alright, Liz, what the hell is going on with you? Oh, okay. Gotcha. Yeah, it's like everybody else. I have to go online. I gotta go to the site to see it. Yours just pops right up on my damn phone. Go on. Yeah. I can see that. Dude, seriously, you're all over the damn place. What are you confused about? Well, somebody's coming towards you with a commitment. Wanting a commitment. The thing is, I really don't see you taking it. Yeah, that I believe. I don't know who this is, but it's almost like you think they're keeping secrets from you. They're not being honest. And there's something about it you just don't trust. Because seriously, you are all over the frick. I mean, bottom line is you're still holding back. But seriously, I'm like, whoa, this is confusing. Hierophant, Moon, Seven of Swords, Hermit, Temperance, Seven. It's like you want this balance, but you're extremely dependent. You better lay down and stop. Five of Swords, Six of Pentacles, Three of Wands. Okay. Whatever it is, he comes at you and you just don't believe him. It's like, yeah, okay, no problem. So, yeah. Yeah, it's like you're extremely defensive. There's something about him that sets off red flags. Come on. Go ahead. Whatever it is this guy does, it sets off red flags, and you just want nothing to do with it. Seriously. So, yeah. Whoever this is coming in, I don't think, it's like when we were reading for you the other night, whoever it is that's coming in is like the guy before the guy. So, I don't know. Right now, you're all over the place. You're so scatterbrained. It's almost like you're scattered. You're just feeling confused with everything going on. I mean, I looked at those cards and I was like totally confused. All right, those cards I just showed you were total confusion to me, and that's what it feels like your energy is in. You're in total confusion right now. It almost feels like you're trying... Okay, it's like I'm looking at 3 straws right now. You can only grab one of them, and you're confused about which one to grab. It's like all this going on, and you don't know what to grab hold of first. So you're trying to grab them all, and that's not going to work. That's just going to make you even more confused. So right now it feels like you're in total chaos, I guess is a good way of putting it. So, and it's showing in the cards. So I think my best advice, honey bun, is to pick a straw. Whatever that straw is, pick a straw. And start handling one straw at a time. So. Alright. One day at a time, my dear. One day at a time. Alright, well, if that's all, thank you everybody for the donations. They are greatly appreciated. They help a lot. Anybody want to order a reading? All the information is down below. I do personal readings. But I think for now, I am going to get off of here and go make me some food. I haven't ate yet today, so I'm kind of hungry. Hence the potato chips. So, and yeah, no. Alright. Liz, if you want, go ahead and give me a call after I get off of here. Oh, excuse me. So, anyways. Yeah. So, yeah, you're definitely holding back. Alright. I'm going to get off here, go make myself something to eat. I love you all. I will talk to you later. I'll probably be back in a little bit. You all have a good night. I love you. Good night.